Welcome to the Fruitful Life.
Being a freelancer is a tough gig, regardless of which area you're focused in, whether it's design or illustration. So today I thought I'd take you into my library and share with you 6 books that changed my perception on how to become a better freelancer. Because essentially, as a freelancer, you're not just doing one job, you're doing several. And these books sort of helped me dive into some of the business side of freelance and learn how to better position and market myself as a creative. So here are the 6 books. I'll start with them one at a time and dig through. So the first one is Stories That Stick by Kendra Hall. And so with each book, I'm going to read a couple of quotes to give you a good sense of what the book's really all about. So she says, people don't buy the thing, they buy what the thing will do for them. And in order for them to do that, you have to tell them a story. That story is a value story. So this book, Stories That Stick by Kendra Hall, is all about how to become a better storyteller, how to tell stories that will effectively allow you as a freelancer to become more aware of both yourself as a brand and how to better inform your potential customers, your potential audience, who you are, and the story behind the products you want to sell. Book number 2 is Sorry Spock, Emotions Drive Business by Adam W. Morgan. And his book is brilliant because it dives into some of the science of how we think. And he dives into some of the key issues about learning to produce consistent ideas constantly and how our brain works so that if we work out the process, we can then apply that information to consistently creating good or great ideas. He also talks about how we interact with brands. And the key thing is build these 5 things. Get noticed, get sticky, get liked, remembered, and loyal. And so he says the takeaway is that brands need to constantly offer positive emotional experiences to keep the memories strong and push customers towards loyalty. Book number 3 is The Win Without Pitching Manifesto by Blair Enns, and this is a must-have for every freelancer. There's so much knowledge and so many takeaways in this book, especially learning to negotiate with clients, learning to understand our own values so that we can be more effective and charge more. The narrower our claim of expertise, the more integrity we earn. By staking a narrow claim, we build the credibility for the client to assume we have capabilities beyond our claim, whereas a broader claim generates the opposite reaction. When an opportunity first arises, therefore we should try to see if we can kill it. If the opportunity is right and we retreat just a little, the client is likely to follow. So this book is just profound and brilliant, and it really dives into learning to niche rather than being more of a generalist. And by niching, you get all these great attributes added to you as a brand. It means you can curate your clients so that you are much more effective with the problem you can solve for that client. Book number 4 is The Coaching Habit, Say Less, Ask More, and Change the Way You Lead by Michael Bundy. So some great points in this. He talks about 7 effective questions we can ask so that we can be better listeners. And if we can be better listeners, then we can effectively solve the problem better for the client. So he says, when people start talking to you about the challenge at hand, what's essential to remember is that what they're laying out for you is rarely the actual problem. And when you start jumping in to fix things, things go off the rails in 3 ways. You work on the wrong problem, you do the work your team should be doing, and the work doesn't get done. And so essentially, by jumping to conclusion, by listening, or by latching on to the first thing the client says, we might jump the gun and miss out the core problem that should be solved, which is the whole reason why the client has come to you in the first place. And so the 7 magical questions he uses are: what's on your mind? And what else? What's the real challenge here for you? What do you want? How can I help? And if you're saying yes to this, what are you saying no to? And what was most useful for you? Number 5 on the list is This is Marketing by Seth Godin. And if you're like me, creative, most often when we think of marketing, we have this ugh effect because we don't want to be sellouts, we don't want to be those door-to-door salesmen. But I think this is a misconception of what marketing is really all about. So Seth Godin says, effective marketers don't begin with a solution, with the thing that makes them more clever than everyone else. Instead, we begin with a group we seek to serve, a problem they seek to solve, and a change they seek to make. There's a gap in the market where your version of better can make a welcome change happen. Not a tactical change, not a quarter-inch hole, or even a quarter-inch drill bit. No, we can change someone on an emotional level. Our calling is to make a difference, a chance to make things better for those we seek to serve. And so that by reframing marketing as a way to serve a community, a way to serve a specific group, it really shifts our perception on what marketing really is all about. And for me, that revolutionized my approach to marketing, and I highly recommend the book. Last but not least, if you're looking to get inspired and really push yourself, Feck Perfection by James Victory is my go-to book. He has some really profound sayings, and this is one of my favorites. The secret of the universe is that no one knows shit. No one has the right answer because no one has your answer. Success is measured in hindsight. I just love this book. It's just so inspirational. He shares a lot of his own story as well as some really profound thoughts. So these are my 6 go-to books if you're a freelancer. I hope you found this helpful. If you would like a deeper dive in each one of these books, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I will do another video diving into some of my top key takeaways from each book individually. That's it for today. Be true, be you, stay fruitful.
Thanks for watching.